No, I just thought that would be funny. I wish I knew how to capture the video. How y'all doing tonight? Hope everybody is doing fine. And I got to get on here and let me turn this off. Actually, I guess I could just mute the laptop or the speaker. And where am I? I'm not even on here, am I? Oh, there we go. I think I got it right. All right. Can everybody hear me? Is let's check the mic first. I think I checked it already, but is everybody able to hear me? Can you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? Isn't that was that Eddie Murphy? Something like that. How you doing, Pork Chop, Miss Rye Cherry Lisa? How are y'all doing? I want to let's see, where is Dashing Grandpa? I'm trying to open a tab up for uh, YouTube because it's easier to look at it on here so I can see what's going on. And yes, sounds good. Okay, good deal. I really don't know what happened last week. You know, it's just one of those things that happened. Now I feel better because I can see that I'm actually live, and of course it's got a delay, but you know it's all good. So I hope everybody is doing good out there, and I hope y'all are making some money because I went to town today to work early. Believe it or not, yes, I was up and out. Well, I was up by about 7:30. I don't think I actually left till 9 or 10 somewhere, but that's still early for me. I got zero offers worth taking. Now there was some orders that came in for 850, $12, just junk. And there was a couple of .com orders that came in, and it was I don't know. Emily told me one that she got earlier, so I may be getting a mix up. It was like $39 for like 17 drops and 41 miles. It was something crazy and not worth doing. So the only thing I managed to do today is get a video review done for some flip flops, and I actually got them in the car. I left them in the car. Those was actually really good flip flops. I'll have a over on Grandpa's Random Reviews. I'll have a review on those. Either comes out tomorrow or the next day. I can't remember. I had two videos I did today. I see those down here too. How you doing, T. Ron? Yeah, the orders today was awful. I mean, probably the worst day I've ever had. I I don't know what the deal is, but usually the afternoons are a little bit better than the mornings for me. But I know some people that only work in the morning, and that's what they do. Spark is hit or miss in Wichita Falls, and so is DoorDash. But if you hit it the right time, you can make. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's totally today. Usually, I mean, like yesterday was a good day um, for here. You know, I think I wound up with almost 150 for 7 hours, which is a great day for around here. But today, it was way off. Are you here, James? Is should I know this? You know, I am getting older, so sometimes I forget things. I got three round robins in a row. ASAP, a store that would not make it there in time. Hate that. Yeah, but it'll keep you rolling. You know, a lot of people don't like getting those .coms, but oh, cool. You probably seen me, and I've probably seen you. I just I don't know. My car has the frame around my license plate. It'll say Brandon, and then it'll say I think the back one says Dashing Grandpa, and the front one says dashinggrandpa.com. But anyway, black Nissan Maxima. If you ever see me, just say hey. But anyway, yeah, it was not a good day for Spark. I'm hoping tomorrow's a better one because I bought a new lawnmower and you know it was not a cheap one, so I got to make a payment, two payments on it, and then it'll be gone. I'll be out tomorrow, 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. Yeah, but Spark doesn't even start until 8:20. Well, if you're doing DoorDash too, I think I think it's 8:20. But
I thought it was 7:20.
oh, Emily said she thought it was 7:20. It may be 7:20, but I do know there's a couple of people that do early mornings, and we're at 11:48. You're familiar with that one, and by by the time I'm usually coming in, they're wrapping up their day. But he's retired from the state, and that's from conversation. I'm assuming that's where he's retired from. My first work order are at 7 o'clock. Oh, okay. So yeah, well, maybe the early bird does get the worm. Maybe I should have been out, but I was still out early for me, and it was just a bad day. When I left to come home, there were what is there 6 spots down beside 1148?
On the wall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. There was 3 cars in those 6 spots, and no cars in the parking lot. And that was at 120 or 220. 220. 220, I think it was. No, 120. But my monitor just went off for a second. This monitor just turns off. It just black out for a moment, and then it'll come back on. I think there are more house deliveries in the morning, and apartments are more in the evenings. They have to work. I hate apartments and won't do them. Depends on what they are. I may do them and I may not. But if it's cases of water, no. I've got one case of water I don't mind. But if it's a case of water and then a bunch of groceries, I just not going to do it. I had some going, and I lived at this apartment complex. Of actually the first place I ever lived besides home, and it's 3 stories at Ladonna Place. If you know where where that's at, James. And I can't remember. My apartment number was 339. That's the apartment I lived in, and it was the third floor. This number was started with a 3, and I can't remember if that was the third floor or if the second number means it's the third floor, but I can't remember, so I didn't take that order. I invested in the wagon out on one trip. Well, I've got it's a little, uh, what do they call it, a hand truck. It goes down to a size about like this, but it's got a long handle, kind of like on a suitcase. But I have totes in the back of my car that I bought from Walmart because I got tired of getting the blue totes, and there was a couple of loaders that always took them out of the car, which they're supposed to. I get it. So I just bought my own. That way, I don't have to look for canned goods because I tend to probably drive a little too fast, but I would scatter canned goods all over the place. So that's why I have totes. But anyway, what I was getting at is the tote will sit right on top of that. And it's great when you get, especially like a Sam's order, and there's like 6 boxes of printing paper. You can set those on there, and because it's like this big, but then it expands out to like that. You can easily put 2 boxes. What do they call them? Rims of paper, 2 cases, or 2 cases of paper side by side. Anyway. How you doing, Carrie? Carrie Collins. Hi, Grandpa. I'm in Kansas City. Oh, you're in Kansas City. I do DoorDash. Nice to meet you. Glad to have you here. I was no, that was Wichita. I was at. Let me see. But if you're in Kansas City, I don't know if I've been through there, I'm sure, but I just knew Wichita, Kansas. I went there several years ago. I went to a little zoo there. Anyway, Sam's I noticed drops at 6:30 and Walmart at 7:20 for the first orders of the day. Yeah, they got. I know they have different times. Sam's orders, last year Sam's orders was pretty good, but now they've kind of gotten bad too now. So yeah, I occasionally still do DoorDash, not as much as I used to, but you know, and I probably should have turned DoorDash on today, but I do. Some of you know I do reviews too, so I had a couple of reviews to do, and I had a bunch to do at home on those, and I don't know. I just didn't turn DoorDash on. I could have turned DoorDash on and Uber Eats. My only issue with Uber Eats is the last few times I turn it on, they keep trying to send me to the base. And ever since Bite Squad moved out, I don't have a base ID. I know you can get a 3 day and you can get temporaries, but anyhow. So anyway, I had entitled. Why do I have two of those? Anyway, I had named, put a title on this one. Nothing's guaranteed, and that's kind of what I was thinking about today. Is I thought, if I strictly only let me raise this up just a hair. That's bugging me. Oh, bear with me just a second. There we go. I was seeing the top of my monitor. Now it might push me. I'm shorter, way down here. I'm a low rider. But anyway, how you doing, Alex? Hope all is well up in your neck of the woods. But what was I talking about? I can't ask Emily because she ain't paying no attention to me. She's probably got her earbuds in watching TikTok. But anyway, I don't know. I don't know where I was going. It went. NTN. Oh, y'all got that lingo going on. But I did figure it out. Nice to meet you. I got that figured out. I'm pretty good for an old grandpa. Huh? Anyway, I was talking about guaranteed. But what I was thinking about today while I was sitting there in the parking lot, and I started playing spades on my phone. But I was sitting there thinking, it's probably a good thing that I don't 100% count on just Spark to be my income. Mostly I do. But what if Spark, if you, well, okay, well, here's a prime example Bite Squad, ASAP, whatever you want to call it, it's the same company. Um, they pulled out of Wichita Falls. They're no longer here. So, what if DoorDash or Uber Eats or even Spark pulled out of the market you're in? There's no guarantee they're going to be there. They're probably pretty much guaranteed they're going to stay in business. There's no question of that. But whether they're going to stay in business in your area or not, there's no guarantee on that. So my thoughts is always try to have a backup plan. Most of us can. Boy, I am short. I don't know why that's offset. One of these days, I want to get me a different monitor where I can lower it, and then I can bring that camera down. But it's not today. But try to get a backup plan. And even if you're working a W-2 job, I was going to say state hospital, but things can happen. I worked at the state hospital for 7 or 8 years, and no longer there. So things can happen even there. But there's a lot of regular jobs that they don't owe you nothing. And if they decide to have a cutback, they could cut you back. Nobody's guaranteed anything. So always have backups. Like you may just strictly do DoorDash, but you may have Uber on your phone. Just have backups, is what I'm getting at. Because there's nothing guaranteed. And that's just life. There ain't nothing life guaranteed. What's that? The only guarantee in life is you're going to pay taxes and you're going to die. And if you get away with not paying taxes for a while, it will eventually catch up with you. Anyway, I got on a roll there for a minute. Get back in here and let's see. There's nobody talking. So, Carrie, since you're new here, welcome. Is DoorDash the only thing that you do? If you're still here, I'm hoping you're still here. I'm hoping everybody's still here. They're just quiet or talking amongst yourselves or picking up an order. Well, I don't know. It's 9. Well, it's 9:15 here, 9:16. But anyway, yeah, I've got DoorDash, Uber Eats, Spark, Roadie. Roadie used to be good here. How long have you been doing Spark, James? Oh, you're just listening, Lisa. I'm just rattling. I know you got other things that you do too, not just Spark. So that's the whole thing. Is you gotta have something else besides just one thing. My daughter was wanting to do Spark and DoorDash stuff, but she was so mad at her work a while back, she was wanting to quit. And I told her, I said, don't quit. Try to keep your regular job, which her regular job doesn't pay very well at all. And she could make more in about 2 hours doing Spark than what she makes all day where she works. And it's a nice hotel. But nevertheless, I told her you can sign up for this stuff and make good money for the first few months, and then it's going to taper off, and you're going to be just like the rest of us, and we pick and choose the fly. 520 deliveries on Spark, 1,300 on DoorDash, on, and you have a full time job also. That's good. I don't even know how many DoorDash orders I have. Where, if it'll let me log in. Oh, let's see. Let's see. I don't even remember where you look. Is it under ratings? Yeah. 1348 on DoorDash. I do have a 52% acceptance rating because I did the reset a few months ago, but I still got that one contract violation on there. But I think you got to get 100 to get rid of that. So yeah, you've been doing it for a while, James, or you just stay busy. But anyway, yeah, that's really the best way to do it is have a regular job and then do this. But I wound up because I worked out here at the state hospital, and I wound up taking a tumble down the stairs, and I ran out of. They put me on light duty or not light duty on workman's comp, but then I ran out of time, so they wound up firing me. Um, but then I started doing these gig apps, and I actually made more money doing them than I did working at the state hospital. So I just never went back. But I know that I can go back, especially right now because they're desperate for people. I think if I went back, I'd probably go back on the grounds, doing the mowing and stuff. Direct care, I enjoy being around people and I like helping people. And I like just, because some of those folks out there just need somebody to listen to them. They don't really need you to give them any answers because, I'm not qualified for psychiatric, as helping them psychiatrically, you know, stuff like that. But most of them just need somebody just to listen to them. And I do miss that. But the rest of it, I really don't miss. I make more on these apps than I did with the last time. Yeah, and that's why I didn't go back to the state. I could have went back, but I wound up getting on that. I know what it originally started as Obamacare, you know, the insurance. So my doctor told me about it, and that's the only way I got to go see my regular cancer doctor is because I had to have insurance or he wouldn't see me. But I wound up getting that. So the only benefit that I'm missing, well, actually, there's two benefits. One is the retirement plan, and two is the paid holidays. And the state has more paid holidays than I even knew what they were. I worked for the city of Wichita Falls for years, and it didn't have half as many as the state does. But nevertheless, that's the two main benefits. The benefit of this is I can do these gig apps and I can do my Amazon reviews and, build up. The gig apps are not something that you're going to build up, but the Amazon video reviews and stuff like that can build up and that can make you money. That's what do they call it, passive income, you know. But to be honest with you, I got asked this by one of the people I work with on doing reviews. Is they asked me how many hours I work a week, um, and really, and I'm gonna use because I have my mileage tracker, but it tracks your hours. But start if I can remember it. Starting next week, I'm going to start it, and all I do is use the mileage. But I'm going to use the hours. I'm going to keep it going because I think I probably between delivery and this other stuff, probably 70 to 80 hours a week. Now, I may be wrong, but just the little things that you do, technically, it is work. I mean, even though you enjoy doing it, it's almost like it's not work, but technically it is, if that makes sense. And, in the state, I only work 40 hours. So I work probably twice as much now. But we have the ability to just stop and go walk around the lake or go to the kids or your grandkids or whatever, the basketball game or baseball game without checking with the boss other than your spouse or girlfriend or boyfriend. You're your own boss. And they're really not your boss, but you still got to check in with them because you got to go home to them. And everybody wants everybody to be happy. So, is that a trash can or is that thunder?
Thunder.
Ooh, we're going to get some storms. Oh, 1,836 on DoorDash. So you've been doing it a while. I only do DoorDash, but I did Grubhub before, but not anymore. Grubhub used to be good here too. About 3 years ago, I think.
I have 2,442 on DoorDash.
2,442. And she worked. That was my girlfriend talking. She works full time too, but she's one of those lucky ones that works a full time regular job, but it's work from home. So I was just make sure nothing's. Wow. Well. Oh yeah. There's one little bitty storm. I don't know if y'all can see it. Anyway, got a little thunder out there. I don't know how those people that put their phones up to they hold their hands out like, oh, what I click. Oh, I zoomed way in. Yeah, they hold their hands. I can't even put my hands. How do they do that? I don't know how you can hold your there, and they try to get it, but she still doesn't. Oh well, yeah, there it's kind of focused, isn't it? Anyway, got a little bit of storms. Uh, Miss Roger, Lisa said hello, Emily.
Hello.
Well, actually, she said hi, Emily, with a little hand gesture thing. Anyway, yeah. So, Carrie, so you've been doing it. Probably, but well, I don't know. I don't know how much you might do it. Probably a year, 2. Oh, and Pork Chop says hi, Reba. Reba raises her head up. Treat, treat. She either whines because she wants a treat, or she whines because she wants outside. And 90% of the time, I don't know if y'all can hear the thunder, but it's thunder. 90% of the time, it's because she wants a treat, and she thinks she can get her treats, and if you walk out the door and you walk back in, she thinks you might have forgot about them because she starts her begging all over again. I told her I'm not that senile yet, or forgetful. Isn't senile? Isn't that what that means? Forgetful. Anyway, yeah, yeah. Grubhub used to be good here, and I think it was what I was saying a while ago. I think it was either Uber Eats or Grubhub. I can't remember which one I started first, but both of them. Every Grubhub order I got was $12 to $14 and up for a year. You know, it was a little more than that honeymoon time, as people call it. It lasted quite a while, and Uber was right there with it. And then I started doing DoorDash, and here for me, from my experience, DoorDash never paid as good as what Uber Eats and Grubhub did, but you get twice as many orders on DoorDash. Even that still stands true now. Um, kind of like we have two casinos here, well, north of here, and I used to go a lot. I don't go anymore. Emily calls them the blinky machines. But anyway, one of the casinos you can go and make a, a well, you can't make a lot of money, but you can play a lot longer and still lose your money. The other casino, you can go and play very shortly and lose all your money, or make a lot of money real quick. Usually, after they did the changes about 7 years ago, 8 years ago, whenever they changed out the computer chips and all the machines, went downhill after that. But anyway, what I'm getting at is you can the orders are more consistent, and you can stay in it longer. But with the orders on Door or Uber Eats and Grubhub, paid a lot more, just not as many orders. But then you got to start thinking in your mileage, your wear and tear, and it might be better to be patient. And that's why I pretty much just strictly do Spark now, because I could run and get, 2, 3, maybe 4 DoorDashes in an hour and make $20, but I'm going to be a lot of miles and a lot of wear and tear, because sometimes it's not so much the miles, but the light to light is going to wear your brakes out, especially when you drive like I do. But you can make that money in an hour just doing Spark, even if you're sitting in the parking lot for 30 minutes waiting on another order. But some people don't have the patience to sit there, and I get that. I understand it. And every market's different. And that's one cool thing about you being here, James, is we know what each other's market is. Even though in some cases it could still be different. Just like me and Emily can sit 3 foot apart from each other in her car, and she'll get an order and I won't. But oh, you started in September? Wow, look, you've been rocking the boat there. That's a lot of orders since just September. So you're probably still making pretty good money, I would guess. That's a good thing. It's just gotten so oversaturated here, and a lot of people will say, "Well, I read Reddit a lot because I'm sitting around a lot, but I'm also saving gas, saving my miles, saving the wear and tear." Anyway, a lot of people say they don't get that their Walmarts are dead. They are not getting any orders, and you can talk. I've talked to the loaders here, and they say there is as many orders now as there ever has been. It's just they're seeing a lot of new faces all the time. So that's our problem. Is ever since Walmart bought out DDI's, actually I think DDI worked for Walmart, but they managed the Spark side of the delivery. And ever since Walmart got rid of DDI, it's been downhill ever since. And if you've been around doing Spark long enough, you know what I'm saying. I don't think I don't think anybody would argue with that because that's just what I've seen. And it's because I think it's kind of like with Grubhub, and I don't know if they still do it or not, but Grubhub used to limit the number of drivers per market, depending on how busy the markets were. They didn't overhire. And that's what DDI managed. They kept it consistent where Spark drivers could actually make some money. And now Walmart got rid of them and they hire everybody. And now you hear people telling, even right here in Wichita Falls, you hear people telling you about their delivery, that it got delivered and set out on the sidewalk. You got people that has made Spark deliveries, took the picture, walked up there, and took it back and put it in their car and left. I know somebody that happened to. Unfortunately, they didn't have a video camera, but yeah, that was the beginning of the end. Yeah, I mean, you can still make money at Spark. You know, it's like James said earlier, it's hit and miss, and you can still make bank. You know, they just don't happen as often. You have to actually really do the math on it, and a lot of people don't want to do the math. That's the whole thing is they thinking, well, I'll take this 650 order, then I'll come back and I'll get another one. Maybe, maybe not. And even if you do get another one, are you going to make it back for that second round, that next second hour to get that 20 minutes after order? Maybe, maybe not. You know, you can get I, you can get two orders of Spark orders an hour sometimes, and I have gotten three, but it's only because it was just pure luck. It was just right down the street from the one Walmart, so it can happen, but normally it's not going to happen on average, not day in and day out. So you haven't done a Spark order in 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks. Huh? How you doing, Aaron? Aaron, 650 a delivery groceries is crazy. Yeah, absolutely. It really is. And again, I think, and I'm not bashing any DoorDash drivers because I'm one too, but a lot of DoorDash drivers are used to 450, 550 orders, and they come over to Spark and they see a 650 and like, wow, that pays more. You know, I can go grab that and go. But you can do a lot more DoorDash orders for that amount of money than what you can on Spark. Spark, you're lucky if you're going to get two an hour, and that's really lucky. Shopping orders is a different story. That depends on how fast you are, how quick you can get it delivered and get back up there. I love doing the shopping orders. If you see me going through Walmart, you better watch out because I'm no. I'm not. Speaking of which, I'm not that rude. I'm not going to run over anybody intentionally. But I did have a lady Spark driver. I was doing a shopping order, and I know she was doing a shopping order because I saw her phone. You know, she was holding her phone looking at items. And I opened the freezer door to grab some Ore-Ida French fries, and she walked up between me and the product and got her stuff. And I just said, "Have a nice day," you know, and just smile. But I thought, you, you you have to hurry, yes, but you shouldn't just like walk right in front of somebody between them and the product when they got the door open to get the stuff. That was just really rude. Maybe she didn't think about it. I'm sure she probably didn't, but it was an experience. So don't be that person. That's a fact. I enjoyed the shopping and .com orders the best. And yeah, I didn't take the .com orders today because it was just too many miles and it would have took too long. And had I known that I wasn't going to get any orders, I would have taken them. But yeah, the advantage of the .com orders is you don't have to go sit and wait to get loaded. You go over there, you sit around and wait to get the original load and get it all scanned in, and you're out of there for the next 2 hours, hour and a half. You don't have to deal with waiting around or hoping to get an order. It's guaranteed money. You ain't got to worry about being tip baited, and it's really the best thing if if the mileage and all that makes sense. But shopping orders, I just, generally you're I probably make more money on shopping orders than I do the .coms. The .coms may pay more, you know, like pay $40, but it may take you 2 hours where you might make $28 for a shopping order and it take you 30 to 40 minutes. You know, and I don't do any shop. Well, I don't intentionally do any shopping orders for 30 items or more. But sometimes I look at the 30 items and I don't look at the units, and it winds up being multiple items. And I wind up spending a lot of time shopping. I really don't. Emily can knock out a shopping order quickly. I can knock one out quick, but not as quick. But I've gotten a lot quicker than what I used to be. But I don't know. I just don't like doing a lot of items. Oh, doing Amazon Flex. Oh, helps me do not have orders quick. We don't have Amazon Flex here. Not yet. I don't do very many grocery pickups on DoorDash. I'm not real fast and I'm not good at lifting, and steps are the worst for me. Yeah, well, the thing about from my experience with doing DoorDash shopping, and this is a grocery store that I kind of know it. It's Market Street. If you're still around, James, you know what I'm talking about. But the app doesn't. Well, it didn't. I haven't done a shopping order with DoorDash in a long time, but it didn't tell you where it's at. You have no clue what part of the store it is. And that grocery store that a lot of the DoorDash orders come from here, besides like Walgreens and CVS, But if they go to that Market Street grocery store, they have a lot of um, different kinds of foods that I don't know what they are. I mean, I wouldn't know if it was a tortilla or an apple because it's just stuff that I don't know what it is. You know, so I spent way too much time doing those. I mean, if it was a 12 pack of Dr. Peppers and a loaf of bread, I can good to go. But some of that stuff, it just took me up a while. That's why I just quit doing the DoorDash shopping orders. Unless it's like at Walgreens, and then I might do it if it's like one or two items. But anything more than that, I don't do it. I'd rather just go pick it up. But with the Walmart Spark, if you haven't done that, Carrie, Walmart Spark app tells you the aisle number and the section number, and it shows you the picture of it and the price. Which I don't know about anybody else, but the prices apparently are not being updated. Either the store's not updating them with the app, or the app's not getting updates or something. But some of them are off, and a lot of times that's how I identify and locate the items. Is I'll look at the color of the box, and then I'll look at the price. Because if it's like mascara, I'll look for $3.96 because some of them would be four something, two something, but there'll only be a few of them that's $3.96, and I kind of narrow it down. That's one of the things I do. But yeah, the Walmart Spark and shopping orders I really like. But if you're doing Uber Eats and stuff like that too, I think somebody, yeah, people say that isn't it Uber that they say picks up at Walmart? I've never seen. I'm the whole time I ever did Uber, I've never got a Walmart order. But I guess in some other markets they pick up Walmart orders. Now, I used to do Roadie here. Roadie was good for a while, but not so much anymore. But you can talk to different people, and they might say that they do good on certain apps here. It's just I don't know. Everything's different, and like I said earlier, me and Emily both can be this far apart, and she'll get an order and I won't. And it's funny because she'll hit reject and she goes, "Get ready for it," and I'll get my finger, and within just a few seconds, I'll get the order. So, people that says acceptance rating doesn't matter on Spark, it does. That's the only thing I can figure is because proximity definitely matters now. Used to, it didn't matter, but it definitely matters now. And used to, the acceptance rating really didn't matter, but Emily's acceptance rating is usually about 30% higher than mine, maybe 40%. And she'll get orders and I won't, and we can be sitting right beside each other. So I really think acceptance rating does matter, depending on how many drivers are out. I guess I should add that because
The proximity thing has to do with how many drivers are out too.
yeah, which we don't have a shortage of drivers, but
I think a bunch of them have given up in Wichita Falls.
knock on wood, that could be a good thing. I did read on a Reddit today that in somewhere in Florida, uh, they did a 120 round. The 120 round did a boycott on them. Yeah, I don't, if you're in a small market and you know all the drivers, that might work, but it's really not going to make a substantial difference. But they did say that all the orders went up to like $30 to $40. They drove the orders up, and, and, that would work, you know. But there's slim to nil chance to get everybody to do that. DoorDash is, different big gig tubers that has a lot of people watching them have tried it and it does not work. They'll have 200,000 people watching them. And 200,000 people on DoorDash is nothing. They could carry less than 200,000. That just means there's the other 500,000 will get those orders. So it does no good. So it takes everybody to make that work. And we're not organized. So it will never happen. But the ideal of it is great. I'd do it if you could get everybody to do it, but nobody's going to do it. Oh, what is the base pay on Spark? Mine tends to be $9. Oh, it's nothing. Well, I guess $6.50 is the base pay because $6.50 that's for a single order. But somebody told me we have 3 Walmarts here, and somebody told me that all 3 of them have a different base pay. I haven't really noticed that. I just know we get $6.50 orders. But if y'all are a $9 base pay, then you would never have $6.50 orders. Um, let's look at this. Well, these were. Let's see. That was a regular order. Yeah, $6.50. Had a $10 tip on it, so it was $16.50. And I normally won't take anything under 17, but $16.50, that's close enough. I'll go that route, but I won't take anything less. Somebody said, "Well, if it's just across the street, I wouldn't." It's a principle of the matter. You gotta have standards, because if you take those low ball orders, the algorithm is going to pick that up, and that's all they're going to be getting. That's what they know is going to get picked up. And if people don't pick them up, then the algorithm is going to see that, and they're going to raise it up a little bit. But that gets into all kinds of different what ifs and if this and if that and that. And there's a whole lot to that. And I bet the people that wrote them programs to do those algorithms don't even understand it completely. They just know what it's supposed to do, but how it technically actually really does it, well, who knows? Sometimes I see lower than 9, but when real busy, they seem to be 9 plus. Yep. Is that? I'm assuming that's for a single order. Well, that's pretty good. That's where it used to be. Well, it used to probably 8 months ago, 9 months ago. That was about what it was here. It's $9 to $10 right in there because I never got an offer less than that. And then they started doubling because used to it was just single orders. You get a single order, a single delivery, and it would be $23 to $26. And then it lowered, and you had to lower your standards a little bit. And then they started putting 2 orders together, and now almost every single order you get is going to be a stacked order. There's going to be 2 of them. And some people on Reddit in some markets, they say that they're getting 3 now. It's not in Wichita Falls. I've never seen 3, not on a regular curbside. But apparently in some markets, they're starting to do that, which is going to be, it's going to be a mess because you can separate the back seat from the trunk, or if you're in the SUV, the back end to the back seat. But you start getting 3 orders, that's going to be harder to keep separated. But and I didn't see if the pay was more. I don't know if they put that on that Reddit. They don't actually let them put prices and stuff. They say it's not in the best interest of other drivers. I, I think that's malarkey, but I don't run a Reddit. And it's like some other people have said, if you don't like the way that Reddit is ran, then start your own subreddit for Spark. So I just laugh. It's entertaining sometimes. They got nothing better to do than sit around and gripe about it and go do it. That's what gets me. Even like on DoorDash, everybody gripes about the $2.50 and $3 orders, and then they'll go pick them up and gripe about it. You got nothing to gripe about. You're the one that picked it up. And speaking of lowball orders, I have seen 50-cent orders on Uber Eats right here in Wichita Falls. That's crazy. I don't know what if it's a fluke. I don't know, but I have seen it. But that's the whole thing. That's why I was saying earlier, and that's kind of why I titled this is none of these apps are guaranteed. So it's a good way to make money and make all you can. And I've been doing it full time for 3 years. So you can make a job out of it. It's harder now than what it used to be, but if it continues to get harder, then I hope that you're taking the opportunity to expand your um, resources, whatever. Like I said, I do the Amazon videos. It's not, well, I do Amazon for Amazon on some things, but the majority of the reviews I do they're on Amazon, but not for Amazon. That makes sense. And some people think, oh, well, you might make money on YouTube. Yeah. So you get somebody like Pedro or, um, Casey Neistat, um, Off the Ranch, if y'all watch Off the Ranch, any of those people. And, that you can make good money on the ad revenue. But I was making, well, I'll just tell you, I was making, it got up to about $300 a month, but that was putting out videos continuously, you know, 8 to 15 minute videos every day. And now it's dropped to like $60 a month. But I do the one live, and then occasionally I was going to try to do 2 videos a week plus a live. Then I stay too busy. And so I was going to do just a Monday video and then the live. And I've been kind of slacking on the Monday videos. I'd like to get back into that. But if you think people are making money on on YouTube, unless they're putting out a lot of content, they're not making that much. It's a nice thought, and it's a nice idea. And if you want to put the work in on just YouTube, yes, you can make good money on it, but that's a lot of work. And I did it for quite a while, not just on Dash and Grandpa. I was on Dirty Shoes Adventures, and I had another YouTube channel. So it's a lot more work than I have time to do. And the thing that gets me is, I guess I'm not creative enough, because to come up with new content and fresh content that somebody else hasn't already done or talked about, you're just repeating. And some people you can take one story and 2 different people tell it, and it's going to have 2 different ways it makes people feel. And that's great. But if you've got 10 people telling the same story, you know, I don't want to be number 11. So unless I have something really important or something, it's hard to come up with something to talk about. But that's the cool thing about the lives is I can just sit here and just rattle and y'all will say something and then I'll go off of that and we'll just keep the conversation going. Plus it's somewhere just to hang out and not work and just shoot the bull, chew the fat, however you want to word it. But take these, and everybody's talked about it, and it's true. Take these apps, make what you can, and use that freedom to be starting something else. Garage selling. You know, because money's getting tighter. Um, Secondhand stuff is going to probably start getting popular again. That's just my thoughts on it because it's fixing to get a little bit tighter around the pocketbooks. So secondhand stuff is might be a way to go. And all these Facebooks and probably every town now has a Facebook trading post. So you can put stuff on the trading post. And they have Facebook Market, which is everywhere, but you got to ship, because a lot of people will be in, I don't, Ontario, Canada. I don't know. Midland, Ontario. I know somebody that lives there. But anyway, um, and you can ship little stuff. But what I'm saying is take the time to be that you're given by doing these apps to be working on something else. Don't just depend on these apps because they could very well move out of your market. You know, what is it up in New York? New York or Pennsylvania or something. I heard it, Steve, on Rideshare Radio. I heard him talking about it the other night. And somebody was talking about it. Did I freeze up? I guess I froze up. There we go. Uber, there, something about the state is wanting Uber to do this, and Uber is saying if they do that, we're pulling out. And can you imagine that those people that strictly do Uber in whatever state that is, if Uber really did pull out? Some people's got mega bucks wrapped up in vehicles because they're making the money to do it. It's a business. It's a company, their own company. But if they was to pull out, what's going to happen? What if all you do is DoorDash and DoorDash moves out of your town? There was a few people that I knew here in Wichita Falls that strictly did Bite Squad, and Bite Squad pulled out. They got it. Granted, you can get on other apps and start doing other stuff, but you get what is that word complacent and comfortable working one app because you know that app, you know your market, you know where the hot spots are. But if it pulls out, there you are. You got to start all over. But if you got a backup plan, you got something good to go with. And that's what I'm working on. Even Pedro, I've been watching him probably since way before he was monetized, back when he had 300 or 400 subscribers. But he's built himself up, and then he bought those vending machines. Granted, on his live the other night, he said they're not really making any money. You could tell he's not making hardly anything on them. But it's an investment, and it's something else that might bring in enough money to buy. Well, I don't know. His little girl wouldn't be in diapers anymore. She grew fast, but buy shoes for the baby or their little girl. The vending machines may pay for that, and that ain't much money, but it's money that they wouldn't have without it. So every little bit, even if it's $50 a month, it adds up. What I'm getting at is don't depend on anything because ain't nothing guaranteed. Diversify. spread your wings and do other things. And that's about all I got to say. If anybody's still there listening, I might have bored you to death, and I noticed y'all quit talking, but I'm, I'm just rambling on. I'll just keep talking to myself and talking to myself. But anyway, I am fixing to get off here because, like I said, I did get up early and I came about that close to not doing the live tonight because I was tired. But we went and ate dinner, and it kind of woke me up. And I went and hung a potted plant, or put the little frame up for the hanging plant, and that kind of got me moving and working. But I'm probably going to hit that bed and be out faster than greased lightning. It's not thundering now, though. Thunder makes me sleep good. Another good show. Oh, well, thank you. I, I just, I just rattle, and y'all, I guess like hanging out, and I like hanging out with y'all. And anybody new or anybody want to tell anybody about this channel or Dirty Shoes Adventures or Grandpa's Random Reviews, there's actually getting to be a lot of videos on that channel. And most of the stuff you might not be interested in, but if you get over there, flip through there, you might find something that you're interested in. Like for, uh, trained flies. You just had it was a video on a fly fan, and just so happened a fly joined the video, and it worked out pretty good, pretty good. Those actually work too. Some of the stuff maybe not so much, but I won't tell you that it's great if it ain't. I'll just tell you what it is and leave it at that. Yep, and hit the like button on your way out. Appreciate y'all coming by, and I'm out of here, folks. And y'all keep smiling. Wait, let me put. I always say I'm going to do this. I'm going to click that, and I put my cursor right there on end broadcast. Now, y'all keep smiling, dashing, dancing, prancing, doing whatever it is you want to do. Just keep doing something because you're going to grow old if you don't. Remember, life ain't nothing in life guaranteed. You got to make it your dreams come true as much as you can. I'm fixing to get rattling again. I'm out of here, folks. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for coming by. Ciao.